Some viewers may find this disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hi, my loves. It's Destin Choice, and you're watching Choice TV. For today's video, I decided to get back on here and do another unpopular opinions because you guys tore my ass up from the floor up for the last one. And I was like, okay, that's not that bad. I mean, I only lost 700 followers. You know, I've lost the worst. I've lost like 2,000, so that wasn't too bad. You motherfucker.
That's why I don't really speak much on politics or like I never have an extreme view in terms of opinion because people will literally like wish death on you for an opinion or feel like their opinion is fact. Or even if you say that something you're saying is just an opinion, they think you feel like that about the world, like period. So it's really scary to do this type of content, even though it's recommended for like something like YouTube because you just have your freedom of speech and stuff like that. And it should be allowed for you to do that without people like literally trying to attack you. So yeah, I feel like that should be allowed. People to have their own opinions without feeling like attacked or like feeling like a bad person for an opinion. You know what I'm saying? Or as long as you're not forcing it onto anyone, like, or speaking your opinion over someone's life and trying to make your opinion or how you view something or someone their reality or someone else's reality. You know what I'm saying? Or something's full scope. But I'm just going to continue now.
We'll be back anyways. So I wanted to get on here and do another unpopular opinions to let you guys know how I feel. These are unpopular opinions that I be holding in, saying to myself, and some popular opinions that I just kept to myself that could have been videos, but I was like, yeah, I'm not making this video. My first unpopular opinion is the internet is way too hard on B-Love for her weight gain.
I would love to see B-Love's life's lab work because all that seafood she's been eating, and she's been eating it for years, all that salt and oil, butter, and seafood. I just want to know what her mercury levels are at and what her blood pressure is because that cannot be healthy.
B-Loves, man. It's time to retire. You done had seafood boils every day for the past 10 years. That's too much sauce, that's too much seafood, and that's too much sauteed onions.
Don't get me wrong, I get it. Eating all that butter obviously will accumulate, and she did come forth and say that she did have menopause, and she did come forth and say that she was going to chill out with the seafood boils.
And it's not going to be too much eating seafood. I'm not going to be doing all that seafood and all that. You'll be seeing me cooking meals with meals on my garden.
And she was going to post more healthy videos from her garden and so much more. And then, of course, she did go back to eating seafood again, and a lot of people, of course, grilled her about it. And I'll be real, there's been a lot of discord on TikTok about her weight gain. But if she says she's fine, then she's fucking fine.
Let me just tell y'all, do not eat seafood boil every day. It does not happen, okay?
Oh yeah, that's another thing I wanted to like kind of point out. It's just like when people see you do something, let's say for a short amount of time or on social media, like if you have like a 15-minute video or like a vlog or like anything where it's like they're only seeing a window of your life and people assume you're just always doing that. If you are watching TV, some people assume you're always watching TV. If you smoke, some people assume you're always smoking. If you are, for example, this lady, she's eating seafood as her content, I guess. People assume she's just eating seafood all the time and she doesn't care about herself outside of her content making. What else? Just people assuming that people's life is only what they see. That's definitely something that grinds my gears to this day. It's like we should all collectively know that by 2025, currently, right? We don't know people and their life and them unless you know them actually. And not just what you're seeing, but that's just something I wanted to say.
I probably eat seafood twice a week, 2 times a week, maybe 3, maybe.
I'll take you out.
If he take me out, because sometimes I go seafood boil somewhere else.
But leave that lady the fuck alone. At the end of the day, it's her fucking body. People gotta understand that women usually go through a lot of shit, like hormonal issues. Some women go through things as far as like stress, financial hardships, mental health issues that put a strain on them, and so much more. She probably is going through a lot of stuff in her life, or her body is literally shifting due to hormonal changes. It happens.
I swear on everything
everything that I love. I am not dealing with this man no more ever again in my life. I have went through so much.
Bad Baby likes her situation. I'll be honest with y'all. People on the internet are giving Bad Baby a lot of grace and oh my god, I'm so sorry that's happening to her. And I really do hate the fact that she's been in this crazy ass relationship with this man who's a few years older than her. And he's been just
because I know this is just his opinion and he thinks she likes being in that situation. Just because she's seemingly physically around him often, in my opinion, does not mean that she likes that situation. Like I said, we don't know people's life fully, and then we can't always see the background of people's life and like what's influencing and pushing them into like a little corner for real, like I guess psychologically or like literally, physically. Like you literally never know somebody's life based on media or what you see or what's been told to you and all that type of jazz. So people like us on the little ground and we regular, like, you know, we're not big celebrities. We're not super big celebrities and stuff. So we don't have the same day-to-day life or like experience the same day-to-day things. Like, for example, celebrities experience a lot of paparazzi or people approaching them probably almost daily if they're recognized. Or just celebrities having different opportunities than us. They can't be on the like ground with us for real because people don't treat them like they're human at some point. They start acting like they're like a poster or like an item, like at a museum to like touch or something. So I just wanted to say, we don't know celebrities personally. We just know what like their management and their teams usually push, or whatever narrative their teams and management push over their life. A lot of times I notice a lot of celebrities, they start acting out or saying certain things, and then like later on or like shortly after that, they get a little silenced or they're out of the way because maybe they're too deep in whatever businesses they got going on, and they made deals with certain devils, you know what I'm saying, that keeps them in this secluded or like silenced state or space a little bit. And it's a little crazy when you yourself are maybe interested in like certain endeavors or like industries and things, and maybe you start noticing that a little bit. But I guess it depends on how high you want to be on the ladder, or like how big you want to be for real. And I notice the bigger the celebrity, the smaller their problems are made to seem, or like their personal feelings or traumas or anything. It's like it's used for exploitation or like entertainment. And I feel so bad for people like that, because so many people will just brush it under the rug and laugh about stuff that they go through that normal people like us every day really go through. And there's so many opposing opinions all the time, and people just treating them like a sports game, instead of like genuinely trying to care or see past what they can see. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't feel like just because somebody has a title in something or has access to something or possession of something, it means that has meaning. You know what I'm saying? So if somebody has a title, or if somebody's in a relationship, or if somebody has a car, or if somebody has a net worth, that doesn't mean that's all theirs for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just because they make a certain amount of money, that's not all theirs. Just because they're in a relationship doesn't mean maybe they chose that or wanted that, or how it turned out to be was not their plan. You know what I'm saying? Like, people assume that celebrities are just all like messed up and just money hungry and attention seeking, and they like the shit that goes on. I feel like there's always like background stuff really just throwing them around and throwing them back and forth to be going through the things they go through to sell maybe like a certain message or merch or whatever have you. You know what I'm saying? Just like doctors, for example, they're gonna give you sound advice to take care of yourself, but they're not gonna give you all the answers so that you could take care of yourself alone. Like the way the world works is needing other people or needing each other for the most part, right? Unless you want to like really venture off and do your own thing. So it's like, I guess in our society, or like, what is it? In consumerism or capitalism, I don't have all the terminology for this, but I notice it's just like they're just basically trying to sell something. They're trying to get money. They're trying to gain attention on a particular thing to sell, or like push a certain message and things like that. So if that means maybe sometimes sacrificing somebody's choices or needs or like direction in life in order to make them appear a certain way and gain traction, and then later on be able to make money off of that in some way. I feel like that's just all that really is. Like, I don't think, people care enough to think about stuff like that. I guess normal people, or most people, they just assume that celebrities are just like mannequins, or like they're dumb, or like they think that the celebrities have access to the same freedom that most people like that are not celebrities really have, like freedom of speech, or like freedom to do what they want. And there was a J. Cole song, I think, where he was like, he would rather stay broke and not literally like impoverished, but just like not making millions and doing millions and having and making and being, and you know what I'm saying? I feel for those types of individuals, like that are just like a face to people, or like a song, or like a meme, or like whatever the F it is, because after that, for some reason, like people just assume they enjoy the toxicity that's surrounding their life. And it's like, that's actually probably not the case, but I don't know. That's just an opinion of mine. I personally don't think when celebrities are going through shit like toxic relationships, or like maybe like scandals, or like body modifications and all that type of stuff, I don't personally think is always like their choice, or like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like sometimes it's like they're like, I feel like sometimes they're kind of basically pushed to do certain things, or like they are limited in their choices for real of where to go and what to do, and they're really left with so many choices and things like that. I don't know how else to say it, but
And he's been just putting the pause on her consistently, to the point where she's even sharing videos of him throwing shit and causing a fit in front of their child, and putting his hands on her. She's on the internet crying about him literally every 6 months.
And then I don't know, sometimes people have like very threatening individuals in their life, and like I said, if they're too deep in whatever they got going on, they are working off of fear, which is why it's important to take care of yourself and raise your vibration as much as humanly possible, and don't fall into traps with individuals before it's too late, because it will be to a point where you really feel like you cannot get out of that hamster wheel, basically, and then it'll just push you into like addiction, and then all them types of things that justify people thinking how they want to think about people that they don't know for real. But I don't know, man. I feel so bad. Anyway, I'm just gonna skip this one because it's touchy. People like Bad Baby, or like celebrities alike, they're, I guess, perpetually put through the same things over and over again, or if they keep choosing to feel like that's all they deserve, then they just go through that over and over again, because like I said, it's really up to you, or like whoever you really and however you really want to live your life, or you know what I'm saying? It's really up to you how you want to live your life, and how important it is what people think of you and things like that. And some people's emotional maturity hasn't got to the point where they can just like F what people think and F what people say, because they were traumatized so heavily and probably so young. It's probably, don't want to say it's too late for them, but it's probably more difficult to just be seen as the human being that they are, because they don't even want to feel real anymore sometimes, or just they don't feel real because people just make them feel that way. And granted, I already know pretty much how the entertainment industry really attempts to keep people engaged. Obviously, you want to take extremes or take risks or like make wild titles or like make things appear more dramatic than they really are, just to like clickbait or thumbnails to make them more appealing and bright and like blah blah blah, or like you just talk about an extreme side of your views or your feelings and you let shit out, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, people need to understand at the end of the day, the entertainment industry and people in like industries like that, they are still people. And like anything that you get from media could be altered or like tampered with. For example, you could see something a certain way or painted a certain way, and it's probably not true. You could hear about something or get gossip or like, for example, Troy's channel, this is an opinion-based channel, like what he's saying probably not all true. What I'm saying is probably not all true, but I just feel like it's important to extend grace to people that we just don't know, like personally, and gather our own genuine research on. Because at the end of the day, yeah, like things can be altered, tampered with. There's so much AI now. There's also just people bored with their life, like people that are obsessed with celebrities or just obsessed with people's lives that they don't know, or like things that they just refuse to actually genuinely care about. They just want a hand in something, or like they just want clout. So some people just get close to certain individuals for clout or to just fuck with their life, etc., etc., etc. You know what I'm saying? And then it's hard for them types of celebrities or people to really feel like someone or anyone actually cares about them or sees them just off rip, like, and like I don't know. If it was me, I would keep the entertainment industry or like things like this, like when I'm witnessing toxic relationships in media, or like so and so did this and so got that and blank blank is beefing with blank blank. I just feel like it's either perpetuated, influenced, or like forced. I be feeling like, or it's exaggerated or something. You know what I'm saying? I be feeling like industries, they kind of try to see what they can gain from the masses through that type of drama or that type of bull or them type of stories or them type of like lifestyles. Like if they make shit look really entertaining or like glittery, then they could sell a certain product or certain message and get people to just do that type of ish and make them think it's cool and normal, and it's like people are really suffering like that low key. But I don't know why somebody would think if someone's doing something over and over again based on what they could see, right? Because I guess sometimes you gotta call a spade or a duck, right? If somebody is exhibiting maybe like lack of concern for their own self, for example, some people don't try to take care of themselves, at least before maybe showing signs of like self-destruction or like basically not caring. We don't know why or how they stopped or don't care about themselves, or it's harder to care about themselves in a way that's like visually or seemingly healthy or like perfect or expected of them. But then it's like I can see where people come from when they can just see with their human eyes, right? Like that's how most people move in the world and think in the world, and they feel like seeing is believing. So I can see where people coming from if they see somebody doing something over and over again and they tell themselves that that person just, if it's harmful for them, they must like it. And like I said, you could think that if you have like a narrow mind. I feel like personally, I'm not gonna lie, because we don't just see with our eyes for real. Like we see with our hands, we can feel where people are coming from sometimes. We can hear, we can like think. That's what the brain is for. We can expand our mind outside of what we could see. Like imagine when we close our eyes and we dream. Do you think our eyes are open while we're sleeping and we're just seeing things? Like, what do you mean? That means there's definitely more to life than what we can see with our eyes. Not because imagine you sleeping at night with your eyes wide open just because you need to see with your eyes, right? Can't recall things from your brain when your eyes are closed, correct? So let's just imagine we sleeping like this and then everything we see in our dream is just in the room with us. You know how many crazy, weird dreams people be having? Whole tea. What do these people really be playing? Because they're just mimicking like regular people for real. Like people that go through the dumbass shit that they go through, willingly choosing dumb things. Like, you know what I'm saying? But not because, they care about themselves first. No, some people genuinely don't care about themselves. Like in this world, they choose to hate other people that love themselves, care about themselves. They choose to hate, period. They choose to do self-destructive things because they personally feel like they don't belong on this earth and they hate earth, etc., etc. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna keep it short. That's just my 2 cents. But yeah, some people have been taught to feel like somebody's always above them or somebody's always gonna have some say over their life or control. For example, if you've had like a narcissistic parent that you just choose to love no matter how they treat you, and you're just this big loving light in their life, and you were like their blessing, and then one day they just basically start throwing you on the ground like you ain't ish. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's say metaphorically or literally, you are then conditioned to feel like a victim, because if you're not processing your trauma properly, honestly, you're gonna keep seeking that kind of love. Just to keep it short. And if you don't want that type of love anymore, you don't like that type of life, you would have to be so okay with like the unknown. And it's so scary. Meaning anything that feels like what you've been through, you have to stay away from. If it means it's gonna help you heal and process those types of traumas and not go through that over and over again, so that people then don't get to say that you enjoy being a victim. Even if you really do or don't, especially if you don't enjoy feeling like that and you just feel like that's your only choice, it's like, that's not your only choice. And I'm really speaking from like personal experience a little bit too, but it's like also very vain to look at people going through things and it might take them a little longer to get out of a hurdle than the next person, because you just don't know how they've been conditioned in life. And maybe you've been blessed to have an easier elevator in life due to whatever privileges or lifestyle that you've had or have, or choices that you've been granted to make. You know what I'm saying? So it's not good to really genuinely judge the next person that you just literally don't know. You don't know. You know what I'm saying?
So I'll never forget when Tylil, Kai Cenat's really good friend, who we all know as popular streamers on the internet right now, recently came forth, and as we all know, they're having a whole mafia-thon where they literally go live every single day with big high-profile guests. Mariah Carey recently went on there to promote her album, and everybody gave her a lot of backlash for being bland, having no personality, and being boring as fuck.
What's her daughter?
Yeah.
You have a husband?
I had 2 husbands.
Oh.
But they're not here anymore. Okay. She wants to FaceTime me. Okay.
I just feel like people in the music industry in particular, are so sickly silenced. Like, I feel like they normally really don't have a say about much, like, in life. All they really, I think, really eventually meant for is to throw themselves so deeply into their feelings and music that they're just not allowed to progress. They're just on like this record player, I feel like, or like a DVD player, you know what I'm saying? Or I just feel like they're going through the same thing over and over again. Like I said, to be pushing a certain message or like writing songs about a specific feeling and selling that over and over and over again. And I feel so bad because I feel like they feel so alone, and like they probably have a lot of social anxiety around most people that don't understand that for real or can't see that. I mean, I know there's like Instagram comments sometimes where you look under, like, let's say a SoundCloud rapper's comments on an Instagram post, and some people are so ignorant to request that they break up with someone that they're dating, or they become sad if they appear happy in life so that their music could sound like something that they enjoyed at one point in that individual's career. Like, let's say a certain rapper makes like music that expresses their sadness or heartbreak. There are literally people in the world that expect them to go through heartbreak over and over and over again just so that they can make music of the same caliber or quality, and that's going to be satisfying to people that like their music, instead of appreciating the art that they could make, progressing in life or feeling good in life or changing. I will never understand that. Like, they're not a puppet or like a jukebox. They're a human. Like, you don't just like make people feel like that. But okay. Also, yeah, like YouTubers and people that kind of be streaming or like are entertainers, like I guess on TV, like in production and movies and stuff. If you see them acting a certain way on film, they're likely really comfortable in their space that they're filming in. Let me see the time. That they're filming in. And or whoever they're around filming, etc., etc. They're probably really comfortable with that space that they're in. And so to assume that they have to be like performing for people, or that they do things for approval or a performance instead of like a self-expression approach to life, you know what I'm saying, is effed up to me. It's like, yeah, people are not puppets to me, especially like entertainers and stuff like that. Like, I feel like people need to give them more grace if they don't appear in a public area perfect, or they're always maybe happy on camera or like giddy and expressive, and then if you happen to run into them in real life and they seem upset or they're going through something, like the human that they are, people just assume, oh, they're putting on a front when they go on camera, or like that's their true colors is only the negative side of them, or like, you know what I'm saying? It's really toxic to think like that, because like, I don't know if them people be robots for real, like putting on an act in life and acting like everything's okay and they know everything, but then they project that onto celebrities or people that maybe can reach people or the masses for real and have something to say or show to the world that is probably entertaining or like expressive, and people just assume that they should be stuck on that mode 24/7. Like, people are not happy 24/7. People are not angry 24/7. People are not supposed to be sad or horny or tired or whatever 24/7. Like, they're supposed to be like, you know, like emotions are like water. It's like you go with the flow. It's supposed to be a fleeting thing. It comes and goes. You don't just keep people still like a rock. You know what I'm saying? And then don't just expect somebody owes you a performance or owes you them because you invest maybe your time or your energy or your money into them, or you really, really find them as a muse or enjoy them as a person. And you don't even see them as a person. You just think that they're like your personal pet or puppet in a way, like your personal entertainment system or something. And then nobody should make celebrities feel like they would be nothing without them, so therefore they do owe them that. Like, I've seen sometimes, like, celebrities are just out and about, and then people approach them and just take a picture, or like just demand a picture, or it's not even a hi, how are you first, or like hi, or like nothing humane. Now, granted, there's usually like probably long lines in terms of meet and greets, or like a lot of people probably do that on the daily or almost daily, like towards people that people like to do that to. I just think it's so inhumane to just assume that somebody wants to take a picture or owes you a picture or owes you a conversation or owes you really anything just because they are like famous. I just noticed that sometimes, and people make them feel like, oh, well, you're just ungrateful or you're just using people, and it's just kind of messed up. It's like people don't understand how draining that must really be. I feel like
Only help people when it benefits you majority of the time. Very rarely should you help somebody out of just a simply art of just helping somebody. It will almost always bite you in the ass. Now,
okay, so I get where he's coming from when he says that. I'm gonna pause it right quick. So yeah, help people if it benefits you. Like, for example, don't just help somebody because it looks like it's good, right? Or you think you're gonna get something in return, right? So like, if you, let's say, want to help somebody with like some money, and you just want to do that just to be nice, but you feel like, oh, well, if I do this, I know I'm gonna get good karma. Hell, it don't even have to be money that they want in return or whatever act or whatever, something. They just believe that they're just gonna automatically get good karma. Sometimes you could be helping a person that's not all that good, and you help them not help themselves, or like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, careful now, not taking what I'm saying literally. But you help people because it benefits you, meaning you did it because you wanted to. Like, the benefit is feeling good. It makes you feel good to see that person with said help. You know what I'm saying? Or like, that's what I'm getting from what he's saying. But if that's not what he meant, that's how I kind of help people in the world. I kind of help people because if I were to help someone how I can, whether that's spiritually, mentally, emotionally, or physically, I've been drained a bit recently, like physically. So I try to think about my loved ones, and I think about myself, and I think about praying and cleaning up after myself and caring and sharing and showing my gratitude in different ways, in different, you know what I'm saying, frames or corners of life. So you want to make sure you're helping people out or doing things because, yes, it's helping them, but it's benefiting you, not like expecting a return, but it's a benefit. It's like an equal give and take. Meaning, even if you don't get what you expect or think you should expect out of a situation, it still benefited you because you did something beneficial. Like, it will come back to you, basically.
Now, benefits can be spiritual. Sometimes people don't have to benefit you with putting money in your pocket, but sometimes benefits can be spiritual, such as somebody showing you gratitude, being polite to you, Or someone saying that they appreciate you. Like, deep things like that can be spiritual. It could feel good knowing that somebody has gratitude and appreciates your help. It can also benefit you mentally knowing that you helped somebody get out of their situation and they actually took heed on what you did for them. And then it can benefit you financially, where somebody puts money in your pocket or does something for you that benefits your stock. And honestly, people might not typically agree with this, but you would never ever regret doing something for someone if it benefited you in the long run. Dubai chocolate looks like vomit.
Not really. Yeah, and you never want to do things for people with an expectation of return or like an exchange. You're basically throwing your energy or money out the window in a way, because that's like, you don't have control over anyone else but yourself, for real. You don't want to create debt for yourself and then project that onto someone else and make them feel like they owe you. Like we said, the benefits of helping someone come back to you, like, you know what I'm saying? So making somebody feel like they owe you something will come back to you because you're just chasing what is it? Am I trying to say a benefit, or you're chasing you're chasing money and not the energy behind it? I don't know.
I don't have any desire to try that shit anytime soon. Is that shit worth the hype for a lot of y'all that have tried it? Because I heard that shit's oily as fuck. And then in some cases, I hear people saying that it's mid. Like, just let me know, because that shit looks disgusting to me.
Okay. I'm gonna be honest. Dubai chocolate looks like shit, but I bet you it tastes fine. And it's probably like when people say mid, just not extraordinary. For real. Like, it's just not something that's just like out of this world. But I feel like it beats crumble cookie a bit because, man, at least it's supposed to look like that. Like the part that's like mushy is giving pistachio-ish mix, right? I don't know what that shit is made out of. But it feels like anything else of that texture, it shouldn't be that texture. Like, things should be like cooked or like, you know, firm. That texture of chocolate is not my personal favorite. I prefer like a Reese's, to be honest, or like a Payday. For real. I'm not even a big chocolate person, I'm not gonna lie. I would pick chocolate over candy though, just any day, because I think it's healthier for you. But then looking at it, I can see why people think, oh, Dubai chocolate looks like shit. Because it just looks like mashy stuff. But I mean, it's fine. It looks like you just don't think about it. Boom. It's not the end of the world.